Hello travel fans, I hope you're doing really well. Welcome back to another travel vlog here on Woody's Travels. Today I am at London Heathrow Airport. I've just dropped my car off at the Park and Ride car park here at Terminal 5. We're going to be flying with British Airways today. We're heading out in business class on their European short-haul business class product, heading to Prague. Now, I can see my bus is just about to arrive, so let's hop on board and let's go to Terminal 5. I just want to say a quick welcome to any new viewers as well. If you are new around here, please make sure to smash that subscribe button if you like great travel content, and if you like today's video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Well, what a start. So even though it says Terminal 5 is the British Airways terminal, my British Airways flight is going from Terminal 3. So genuinely never even thought to check that, because like, if you look at the board here, if you can see it there, every single flight apart from a couple of Iberia flights, who of course are a partner of British Airways, their Madrid flights go from here. But outside of that, look, every single flight, like, I would never have even thought that, and I've not even seen any messages from BA saying like, just to be aware your flight doesn't depart from the British Airways terminal, even though it's a British Airways flight. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to get a BA business class lounge now, because the business class lounge for BA is in Terminal 5. So guys, we're on a complete magical merry-go-round here. So I know the way to go. I've had to change terminals before anyways at Heathrow, so it's quite simple to do. It's just a question of, am I going to get the full business class British Airways experience now? You know, it comes to the lounge and all that, I don't even know what lounges are at Terminal 3. So, you know, this is the beauty of travel. Coming out and find out with me live and see exactly what goes on, because as of right now, this is not scripted. I don't know what's going on, so we'll find out in live time together. Right, so let's get on the free Heathrow Express transfer train and get ourselves to Terminal 3. Luckily this one leaves in a few minutes, so not too much time lost. So you learn as you go along. I've just been checking on the British Airways website, and turns out actually at Terminal 3 there are a number of different business class ones you can use. Right, we are on the way, only a couple of minutes and we'll be at Terminal 3. Now, turns out the more you know. So I've actually just checked on the British Airways website whilst I was waiting for the train to depart. Turns out there is a BA lounge at Terminal 3, but also apparently, because it's all part of the One World Alliance, you can also use Qantas. They've got a lounge at Terminal 3 for business class, so have Cathay Pacific, and there's also an American Airlines lounge as well. So I have got about an hour and a half-ish till I need to go on board. So obviously I've got to go do security, but I do have fast track. So let's see if I can use a couple of them. I'd be interested to see what they're like, if I can get in all of them and what they're like. So stay tuned and we'll find out. Terminal 3 now. Let's try again. So British Airways business class is section D. We've also got Delta, we've got Virgin Atlantic, a few of the ones who fly from here. You can see they've got the British Airways emblem above the Zone D here. So let's go in, check in. I hope this means actually there is a business class drop-off, because in Terminal 5 it's always the same. There's no actual priority for business or first class from what I can see. So let's go drop the bags off now. We'll whiz through security, obviously. Like I said, I've got fast track security with business class, and then let's get into a lounge. All done. My bag did actually get pulled for the power bank, which is interesting. My bag has never been pulled before, I don't think, anywhere having a power bank in it, but it did this time. So that was a few more minutes added on, but it's time now to head towards the lounges. So you've got the American, BA, Cathay, Emirates, Virgin, Qantas, as well as your like pay-to-enter lounges. They're all here. Now I have been in the Virgin Clubhouse. Sadly, it was before I started vlogging, so obviously I wish I would have vlogged that a few years ago. But yeah, we're going to go. I'm going to do British Airways first, because this is a British Airways flight, so that's when I'm definitely going to go in. I just feel like I can't go on a BA flight and not show you guys the BA business class lounge. So just to reiterate, this is Terminal 3, not Terminal 5, as I've already learned. And in Terminal 3, the BA lounge is in the lounge F section. There's also a pay-to-enter lounge called the number 1 lounge, but that is a completely separate lounge to the BA one, so you're not mixed in with people who are doing pay-to-enter. That's on the right, and then as you can see here, the British Airways is straight ahead. It's nice in here, but it is so very quiet. In fact, you could literally hear a pin drop. It's pretty busy, but it's complete just dead silence in here. You hear the old, like, you know, knife tapping a plate or person putting a glass down, a little bit of conversation, but or person opening a can. But yeah, it's dead quiet in here, but it's very nice. Massive alcohol selection, so you could get absolutely wellied if you wanted to, because there's so much alcohol here. Beers, wines, champagnes, spirits, port even, literally. It's only a few days ago I came back from Portugal, and actually I bought a bottle of the wine they've got in here, the port wine. I bought that from Portugal, literally, and it's here, that exact same one that I bought, same company, same make, exact same like style. So yeah, I'm going to go around and have a look at some food in a little bit, grab something to eat because I've not eaten yet today, so I'll get some food and let you know how that's tasting here as well. This was my food, so it was a vegetarian bolognese, which wasn't too keen on, but the sausage roll was fantastic, the cheese was also very nice, the crumble and custard, fantastic, and the hot dog, so-so. It's a bit NHS, must admit. The toilets were definitely nicer in the Virgin Clubhouse at T3, even like when I went 5 years ago. They were definitely nicer. I want to know your thoughts. If you've been to a British Airways business class lounge, what were your thoughts on it, either at T3, T5 or anywhere else in the world? Let me know in the comment section down below. There's the Qantas lounge, which is next door. Definitely manifesting another trip back to Australia. And Cathay Pacific lounge there as well, that looks quite nice. So yeah, manifesting a trip back to Australia. So if Qantas, you want to sponsor a video and send me over there in business class, then hey, I'm not going to complain. It made me laugh seeing a Virgin bag well placed next to the British Airways plane. So we got on board, and as you can see, there's 3 seats, but the middle seat is blocked out in business class. Legroom was pretty poor. I mean, I know I'm quite tall, but still in business class,
I'd expect a little bit more legroom. You can see there's literally a centimetre or so of space between me and the person in front. The cabin wasn't totally full either. I think business class was literally, as you can see, half full, if that. Also got some great views of planes taking off while we're sat at the gate still, with a beautiful London sunset dropping over the horizon in the background. So the seats have also got these wings that you can adjust for your own comfort, and before we knew it, it was time to take off, and we were up into the sunset night sky heading over to Prague. As you'd expect, drinks were served pretty quickly, and also some usual little snacks, and the meal came. So this was a chicken curry, and apparently the British Airways chicken curry is quite famous, and I can see why. It was fantastic, and it also came with a passion fruit dessert, and then shortbread and tea to finish off.
So this is one undeniable perk of business class, first off the plane. So hopefully there's not much of a queue at immigration here in Prague, the Czech Republic. The flight, it goes by pretty quick, to be honest. All these short European flights, an hour and a half, that's all it was. So, you know, you spend pretty much as long actually in the airport as you do on a flight almost, for ones like that. So I'm going to navigate Prague airport now to go do customs clearance, go through passport control, etc., pick up my suitcase, and then I'll give you guys the final debrief and final thoughts on the whole experience. And I guess the important question is it worth it, yes or no, on British Airways short haul European business class? They have got these things here which are supposedly making border crossings easier for non-EU nationals. I've just tried it, put all my details in, supposedly speeds it up. It just rejected it, went through the full process, so now I've got to go and join the queue anyway, so yeah, pretty pointless. Well, that was another business class perk, so I got to jump the line and go right to the very front of immigration, so it took literally 30 seconds to go through. The guy looked at my passport, stamped it, and here I am. So yeah, right, now I promise I'm done at the airport. I'm going to finish up at the airport and I'll give you the full summary and my thoughts on this flight.
So guys, I am back now, and it is time to sort of summarise this British Airways business class flight from London Heathrow to Prague. So we'll start off with one of the things that you really want to know. How much did it actually cost me? So this was my first time ever doing British Airways domestic business class, and it cost me a grand total of 26,000 Avios points, and then £60 in taxes, fees, surcharges, the usual sort of stuff. So I thought that was pretty good value for money, because I've got tons of Avios points to use, and even if I was going to book with a Ryanair, Jet2, EasyJet, low-cost carrier like that, it would have probably cost me still way more than £60. Bear in mind, I also got checked baggage, all that sort of stuff. So you get checked baggage included as well as standard, even on just like a short haul European flight with British Airways if you are booking through your Avios rewards points. So that's something to bear in mind, and that does also apply to economy or to business class. So a good thing to note. So to summarise a few key things, I actually did make some notes. Felt like a proper journalist whilst I was on the plane taking notes of everything. So the British Airways flight in business class. The legroom, as you saw, was absolutely diabolical. The width of the seat was awful. I don't understand why they have that middle seat there. It serves no purpose really. So when I flew the equivalent American Airlines product from, I think it was from Chicago to LA, so a couple of hours, so only a little bit longer than this flight actually, they're both couple hours flights. I flew that, and in their product, they've actually taken out the middle seat and just had two extra wide seats, which just seems to make so much more sense to me. So the space, legroom, everything there was just so much better. So yeah, miles behind American Airlines in terms of their equivalent product. Now also, another thing to note is there's a number of cocktails that were on the menu. So I went to go order them, but I got told that they were only for purchase in economy. So they couldn't be given away for free in business class. So there was things like a lychee martini. I fancied one of those, and something else. There was a few different cocktails on there, but they were all just paid options for economy. So it's either you sit in economy, you can buy it, but if you're in business, you just can't have it. So I found that a little bit strange, to be honest. Another thing to note too, there was actually no card menu, like an actual handheld, nice premium card menu, which was, again, it just felt like it was lacking a bit. Like, you want like a nice premium feeling menu, I think, when you're in there, and there wasn't one of those. So that was a shame as well. However, the service was very good. The staff were very attentive, albeit, it's for like an hour and a half, 2 hour flight. The staff were very good on board, so no complaints in terms of those. And the food that we had on board, like I mentioned briefly when I was showing it, it was fantastic. Like that chicken curry that's on the British Airways flight, I can see why it's famous and revered now, why it's got a bit of a reputation, because like I said, I heard about it before I even got on the flight. It was fantastic. The rice was great. Everything about it, the passion fruit mango dessert thing as well that came with it, great. And they also kept me stocked up with endless supply of Coke Zero. So for that, again, I'm thankful. So you've seen the experience, everything through to the airport, going through the airport, on board, all that sort of stuff. What did you think? Is it worth it? 26,000 Avios and £60. Is it worth that redemption? Would you do it yourself? Or would you pay the full price for it? Because the full price for a ticket, like that, it'll be several £100s. So me personally, no. Even on the Avios redemption, I'm still a bit 50-50 about it. And if you're wondering why did you do it, well, when you do a British Airways Avios redemption, there's only a certain number of tickets available in each ticket class for redemption. And I was doing a round trip to Prague, and for one of the legs, I think, if not both, the economy class was sold out. So say if there was 10 tickets available, 10 people had already purchased the economy tickets available at a discounted rate using Avios. However, business class, obviously, as you could see, was available on both. So I thought, you know what, I've never tried it before, and this will make for a great video for the channel. So let me know, was it a great video? Did you enjoy it? Any thoughts in the comment section down below if you've flown any short haul business class on a different airline, maybe a different European airline, an American airline, or even in Asia, anything like that. Let me know how it was. Let me know how it compares. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you've not yet liked the video, make sure to leave a like. And if you've not yet subscribed, make sure to do the same. Subscribe to the channel, and the links to all my other social media channels will be in the description down below. So if you want to go follow me on Instagram, places like that, you can see exactly what I'm doing in live time, because YouTube's always a little bit delayed. I've got to edit all the stuff before I put it on. So if you want to see what I'm doing as it happens, make sure to get me on Instagram. Again, the link is down below. But until next time, I will see you guys very soon for some more great travel content here on Woody's Travels.